My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Monster Train 2. I'm going to try and orient this run, and I guess all future runs until I accomplish such a task, into unlocking the next two Pyre Hearts for the next feature unlock here. So, which two Pyre Hearts are the most accessible? So far we haven't got Life Mother's Pyre. We would need to take Pyre damage to trigger that. We've taken 167, we need to take 475. Fire's Greed. We need to only spend coins to unlock that. We're about 75% of the way done. That'll just happen over time. It'll probably take like another 2 or 3 runs maybe to get that. Bogworm's Growth. Inflict debuff effects. Yeah, if we focus on inflicting debuffs, we can certainly complete that. Maybe not over the course of a single run unless it's like incant triggers, something as common as that. Echo of the Time Father. Hold frozen cards in hand. Now this one's interesting because I actually haven't, or at least I don't remember having anything with permafrozen, which means that this was triggering off of something else. And I wonder if it might be triggering off of the infusions that retain in your hand over turns. That said, if I just put permafrost on one of my cards pretty early in the run, this will complete itself. So this is probably the easiest so far. Ursul's Horde. Deal damage with Train Stewards. I'm about a third of the way done with this. Need to deal 10,000 points. If I get the right setup, I could absolutely see that being completed over a single run. It'd have to be exactly the right setup, though. So I think the next two... also, these next three, by the way, are all just Defeat the Titans, so I know they're not likely to be unlocked soon. So it feels like Fire's Greed and Echo of the Time Father and Bogworm's Growth are probably the three that are easiest for us to unlock. Echo of the Time Father, probably most of which. Also, we are now going back to a clan that we have played before, but we are still going to be playing a new champion for them as the Banished have unlocked Talos. Talos has a personal score to settle with Heaven for casting her out. Loyal, passionate, and often terrifying, she is the fearsome right-hand angel and friend to Fel. She has the ability Flight. With a cooldown of 2, can move to any targeted location on any floor. And obviously is of the Banished clan. She also starts with the Inspire base card in the deck. 1 Ember to apply 1 Valor to all friendly units on the floor. Neat. We'll also make our allied clan the Lazarus League, so that we can continue leveling them up as well as play them for a second time. Pyre Heart. Let's do the only one we haven't done yet. Arkwith's Reservation. Once per battle, select the heart to gain 3 Ember. And then finally we have the Covenant rank information. Obviously, we have all of the previous modifiers still active, but we now also add 2 Vengeful Shards to the starting deck, which I think those are Scourges you can't remove. To check my working on that one. We have Seraphiturnus of Entropy at the end of the run. We'll be sapping our units, so hopefully I don't base all of my damage on damage. Yep, I guess that's what I meant to say. I need to find alternate ways to damage the enemy that are not just hitting them, because otherwise it's going to be really difficult to get through the giant amount of sap we'll be applying to our units. There's also Archeon, Sign of Savagery, pushes units back. Flight's certainly going to help with that, as well as the Steadfast Crusader, who has Slam on a cooldown of 2, advance to the front advance, that's already means go to the front of the floor, and then deal damage equal to your health and armor to the front enemy unit. Great character right there. Also, 2 copies of the Potion Kit, a 1 Ember equipment that gives the unit the ability to brew, cooldown of 3, they can mix, and finally we also have Challenge. 1 Ember spell, advances the unit but applies melee weakness 1. Cool. Also, Chaos Lord of Cherubs is Spikes. Oh boy. Alright, we'll see what we can put together here. Here's our Vengeful Shards. They are not purgeable at all. So these are just going to be on our deck the entire time. Interesting. Ursul's Horde. Valor grants an additional armor per stack. I mean, that is really good for keeping units alive, and I do have, like, Valor 1 to all friendly units constantly here, but the thing is, the unit only gains armor from its Valor stacks if it's at the front of the line at the end of the turn, and because I don't have too many ways that are good to advance units, like I don't want to advance my own units with Challenge because that gives them melee weakness, I just don't think that armor is going to be too big for us. Nefarious Overflow. Unstable explosions deal twice as much damage. We saw in the last episode exactly how powerful unstable explosions can be. Do I want to do that here, though? I guess so. We have the Battle Cleric. Gives Talos a 820 stat line, as well as on Resolve, apply Valor 2 to all friendly units. And then we have the Enchantress. Ooh. On Celebrate, again, Celebrate triggers when you defeat a boss. Apply +2 damage and +6 health to all friendly units on all floors permanently. I think we take that. I mean, it has the very important keyword on it, permanently. Second area has a Merchant of Arms. Next, the Pyromanes. Merchant Magic on the other side, so I probably take my Merchant of Steel and Banished unit here in the opening. That said, I really do want to start setting up Unstable Explosions as soon as I can. I mean, it's possible that I just deal with the fact that the Nefarious Overflow is not necessarily going to be super helpful for us. That could just be the case. I don't have to try and twist reality to actually utilize it if it's not going to help me. Draw one less per turn. Realistically, we probably benefit from that. We're not always going to have... We will pretty much always draw 3 mana worth of stuff to play that is worth playing, rather. Okay. So how do we do this? I feel like it's Steadfast Crusader and Talos on the top line, and then Shield Steward, and then I try and Spear Stewards those lines as well. No, it's not. You know why it's not? Because Talos, on the Celebrate trigger, gives it to all friendly units on all floors. So, Talos needs to be on the lowest possible line when we do that. Which, if I just keep casting Valor on this bottom line, I should be okay to do. And then, hopefully, we have all of the rest of our Train Stewards out, and then... Yeah, okay, I could see this happening. Ooh. 2 potion kits. Okay, yeah. Potion kit for you, potion kit for you. Unstable would help me hit the enemy here, but I do think that Rage and then starting to build that is probably a lot better for us. So I could deal 30 damage to the enemy. And then... Actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll do that. Wait, do I need to? I'm not certain. Oh, it's a cooldown of 2. Yeah, I'll do that. Okie dokie. Spear Steward number 1 goes down. Very keen to double inspire this bottom line. Priority for me is going to be playing the Inspire on the bottom line wherever possible to try and secure... oh boy. I don't really have much time to secure much of anything here. start applying some sap. Come on, I really need this bottom line to be able to survive and kill the boss, but I'm also looking at it like, I don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah, it certainly doesn't look like it right now. Cool. How do I change that? I don't think applying rooted to the enemy is especially going to be helpful. Aqua's reservation so I can play out everything. I'm gonna sap the boss, then I'm gonna hit another secret ingredient looking for unstable to put on the backliner so that I can take them out. Now the thing is, if Talos flies away, I will end up losing a lot of my damage that was on that floor. Oh, cool. I can overfill a floor with this. Oh, great. Yeah, I guess I have to retreat you. Oh, I would have loved not to. Okay, perfect. So we've set it up now that we'll be having Talos, 2 of our spear stewards, and 1 of our shield stewards survive. That's pretty good. Yeah. I mean, sure, it could be better. Couldn't. And Talos, of course, grows as well with that. So yeah, unfortunately it missed the Steadfast Crusader as well as 1 of the spear stewards, shield stewards, but that's fine. Upbeat Warbler. Enchant. Add quick to all of the units on the floor, giving them the ability to attack before the enemies. Windblade. Shift for Valor. I don't really see myself getting to use that much here. I kind of want to either skip or take Selfless Sacrifice. I'm gonna skip. Pseudoscience, Overworked Assistant, or Twisted Assistant. Now, we've seen Pseudoscience and Overworked Assistant. We can even tell because we won with both of them, giving them their Gilded the Borders. We also have the Twisted Assistant. 1 Ember, 1 Size, Graft, which means that it will start with this equipment attached to it already. 1 Ember equipment, Twisted back, gives 15 damage, 0 health, and Trample, and on strike, gain Rage 2. Neat. Works Assistant, obviously, with the Reanimate, and Incant gain Unstable. Unstable explosions deal twice as much damage. Like, you're exactly the unit that we use for something like that. It's just I also don't think it's actually a good idea to do so. Give me the Twisted Assistant. Let me see what I can do about those grafts. Merchant of Steel is offering a Titanite. Interesting. Upgrade a unit with Reanimate. When a unit with Reanimate is killed. Hang on. Hang on. Twisted Assistant. Graft says when they die, the graft is severed for the rest of the combat and the equipment goes back into hand. Oh, okay. So if you die, I would get the equipment off of you, but you would not reanimate with the equipment still on you. So that's not a way to just mill out additional equipment by giving you the Frankenstone, unfortunately. Titanite almost certainly ends up going on There you are. The Steadfast Crusader, just to lower their health loss. Valor 8. Quicken damage 10. We'll see what he's here in the units for us. Avenger. On Revenge, apply melee weakness 1 to the attacker. I mean, yeah, it's not bad. Do I really want maybe a second Steadfast Crusader? I don't think so. But of course, now that I have someone who wants to hit revenge triggers, you will now have to be the person who takes the Titanite, unfortunately. Upgrade a unit with Valor 8. I could see dropping the Valor 8 now on Steadfast Crusader. It's just 8 armor a turn. Quick and plus 10. I mean, I could put Quick on the Twisted Assisted so that it has the ability to possibly trample a bunch of enemies, but it would really come down to whether or not those enemies, you know, had one large enemy in front of them, which is typically the case. I'll leave with what I have. Merchant Magic and a Lazarus Banner in the next area. Enemies enter with Titan Skin 1. 1 damage typically won't make the difference of whether or not I kill any of these enemies. Wait, hang on. Oh, and I can't even use Aquit's Reservation yet. The goal is to get Talos to fly down there after I play a Spear Steward. And the Twisted Assistant as well. I'm gonna roll Secret Ingredient looking for... Failed to get it, so I'll just sap you. Looking for Unstable. Cool. Because if I do get it, then I can get both of the backline enemies to die this round. Cooldown of 2 on the Steadfast Crusader's Slam, but it will give me the ability to collect the Collector in the back line. So I think it's definitely worth it. Hey Talos, wanna fly down to the bottom floor? Thank you kindly. Should certainly give the potion brew to someone right now. And I'll grab the regen and wait. A brief respite. Definitely got to inspire this bottom line. some regen out on the field as well. I'm gonna use Aqua's Reservation here. Okay, it doesn't look like we're that far off. Throw an Inspire here on the bottom line. Maybe a single secret ingredient to see if I can take out both of the backliners. That'd be great. That's unstable. That'll do it. Cool. So now I'm going to spend the rest of my mana just playing these other two characters so that they get the growth from the celebration as well. Hell yeah. The health specifically is going to be very impactful. Penitent's Bloodsuit, on shift take 30 damage, can be applied to enemy units. There's also Cleave, deal damage to enemy units equal to the damage of your front friendly unit. Yeah, on both of those. Divinity though, apply Valor 10. That's just really good as a spell that you can lower its cost twice, and then it's just Divinity, 1 mana gives 10. It's alive. 1 Ember to advance a unit and apply lifesteal and plus 10 damage. I mean, that's a really good way to get the Avenger to heal himself, because he typically is the unit that strikes the enemy back first. So his damage will be doubled from the melee weakness, as well as another 10, and then lifestealing on top of that. There's also the Sanguine Assistant, 1 Ember for 1 size. Graft a Vampire's Tooth, which gives lifesteal 1, 15 damage, and on resolve, gain lifesteal 1 again. I'll take It's Alive, thank you. Especially because it'll help me rectify party positioning in Archeon. -2 cost and consume. That will absolutely go on the Divinity. Upgrade card with the Spell Shade. I don't know what I want to have spell change just yet. Let's look at the Lazarus unit. Oh, Pincushion. 1 Ember, 2 size. When equipped, gain 3/3 permanently. Sick. It's also Meat Hook. 1 Ember, 2 size, has the ability Hook Hand. Mandor Cardor? Hand Hook Cardor? Wait, what's the... Mandor Hand Hook Cardor. That's the... Hook Hand. Cooldown of 2, advance, and apply Dazed 1. Cool. I mean, I'm not really doing a bunch of equipping constantly, so Pincushion... But Pincushion would eventually be pretty big. Sure. Why not? Let's see what the Celestial Alcove has for us. Yes, experiment time. Gain a random graft unit or graft a random equipment on a unit. Graft an equipment from your deck on a unit. Should I just graft the... So, graft says... They have the thing grafted onto their body. Okay, so I don't think that will trigger equipped. If I graft the Pincushion and then I spawn into battle... You getting that grafted piece of equipment, I'm not certain would trigger the equipped bonus. If it would, I would do it. Or at least if I could be certain that it would, I would do it. But with no awareness of that... Grafting equipment from your deck onto the unit. I'm gonna graft a random equipment. A random equipment? Yep, onto Avenger. Best of luck, buddy. Mind Gauge. No! On resolve, reduce your cooldown by 1. You have no cooldowns, so it doesn't matter at all to you. At the very least, it's 4/4, right? Definitely got to exploit Spell Chain here. On the Spell Chain, it's alive, and then reroll. Exactly the kind of thing I was looking for, just lower the cost of something. And now it's alive costs 0 Ember to play twice rather than 2. Next area does have a Merchant of Trinkets. We'll see. We'll see. I don't expect to have enough money to really justify going there, though. Archeon pushes attacked units to the back. Avenger. Steadfast Crusader. I mean, Talos probably go on bottom line. Talos go on bottom line eventually. There's Twisted Assistant to help out the bottom line. Also really feel like I should develop the potion kit as well as drop Divinity on the field here. So Divinity, that's the Fallen Champion dead. That's even before I drop the It's Alives. Potion kit, please brew for us. I want to start brewing some sap. What if I just kept brewing a sap the entire time and then eventually threw it on Archeon? I think that's the kind of thing that I might want to experiment with. You know, when the Twisted Assistant dies, you giving your Twisted back to the Avenger would actually be really good, because the unit the Avenger hits has melee weakness. So the damage, like if the first unit has 1 health and melee weakness, and I hit them for 50 damage, I deal 100 damage to them. 90 damage, or 99 damage rather, tramples through past them. At least that's my assumption of how that's going to work. Spear Steward there, then Talos, calm down. I definitely want to play Vengeful Shard and Potion Kit. Just keep increasing that sap number. I suppose I should probably just get the Steadfast Angel to do 44 damage to Archeon right now. I'm not going to need your ability before the cooldown comes up for it anyway. Unless a unit dies, I'm not going to have any more equipment, so Pincushion's just going to be pretty sad about this fight. Dang. Oh, the Twisted Assistant is always going to be dying this round, courtesy of the Cowering Sycophant managing to murder them with spikes. Let's just keep increasing that sap number. Oh boy. I need It's Alive to come back so that I can advance Avenger back to the front of the line. I guess outside of that, it's literally just like keep upping the enfeeblement. Enfeeble them in further. I mean, I can now throw Twisted back on the top line if I really wanted to. Give Pincushion some benefit. This is going to be the turn I use Upwards Reservation, absolutely. I feel quite strongly about using Twisted back on the top line, but I also know that I shouldn't. Let's start by just increasing this sap number until it's truly ridiculous. Sap 7. Sap 8. Sap 9. It's really going to make Archeon sad when he comes down to try and fight me. My next ad isn't even guaranteed to have It's Alive in it. Ooh. We'll see how this one goes. The challenge. I can apply melee weakness to my own unit. I guess I have to. You go to the front. Then, get big weakened. I don't have space to summon a Spear Steward at the moment, unfortunately. Well, actually, Talos, you're not really well, hang on. Talos, you leaving that space is not going to summon enough space for a Spear Steward. So again, I don't have the ability to do anything about this right now. Which means... double drop Inspire on the map and go! Yeah, buying a bunch of free rounds against the boss there was pretty good. Sap, quite powerful, as I am now remembering. Spike of the League. X-Cost on X-Cost Consume. Apply 1x Reanimate. Oh boy. I don't really have a good Reanimate target right now. Electricity Chamber. Friendly units gain Spikes 8 on Summon and on Reanimate. I mean, Spikes 8 would give me the ability to basically murder any summons. The thing is, I'm not really going to be triggering it constantly. I think it's just Spike of the Banished for 3x Valor for us. Oh, Test Subject Alpha. Quick and sweet. There's also the Plague Doctor here. 2 Ember, 1 Size. It's a blue bannered assistant, so it's still in the opening hand. Strike. Apply unstable equal to the damage dealt. Alright. I'm gonna try and let that unit grow. Draw an additional card per turn, gain additional energy, or 2 additional capacity. I do want capacity, but it is worth noting, like, these Spear Stewards are just gonna not... without upgrades, they're not gonna stand up to enemies at all. So at a certain point, I do just have to kind of give up on them. I think drawing an additional card per turn is really, really valuable here. Increasing our cycle to things like It's Alive, especially. I think also gaining Ember. I'm going to gain Ember first because it gives me 1 Ember each turn as well as 1 Deployment Ember, but your turn-based Ember also becomes Deployment Ember. So this increases my Ember per turn by 1, but in the deployment phase, I get 2 additional Ember, which I kind of need right now. Iron Forge, Merchant of Trinkets that I really can't afford right now, so I'll go over to the other side for the boons. Enchantress number 2, increasing the celebration gain to 4 additional damage and 10 additional health. That's a lot of health. There's also Celestial Radiance line. Shift, apply melee weakness 1 to enemy units. I'll continue down this line for the moment. Upgrade a unit with 1 additional size, plus 15 damage and plus 50 health. Not bad for the Avenger. Yeah, Plague Doctor certainly does want to... you don't necessarily need quick damage. No, Plague Doctor, what you need is just damage. It's difficult to ever really want to turn down Large Stone. Large Stone good. Large Stone big. Large Stone huge. Yeah, we do need you to be big and healthy, Avenger. Another Val rate on Steadfast Crusader? Sure. I could give quick and plus 10 damage to one of you, which I could give to the Plague Doctor, but realistically, you'd then strike the unit that everyone's about to kill. Oh, but that said, on death, this unit explodes, dealing damage equal to its stacks to enemies on this floor. Okay, never mind. Get quick. Armory of Rude cards. Ooh, Imprison Zephyr. Friendly units advance on strike. Interesting. I mean, I don't actually get a benefit for my units moving at the moment, so that's not really what I want to see. Bloodthirsty Blade. On Slay, this equipment gains +1 permanently. That's a really easy piece of equipment to just drop on Pincushion. And Meat Shield. On Resolve, restore 10 health. That's also a pretty easy piece of equipment to drop on the Steadfast Crusader. I'll take it for the Steadfast, because it's not really going to get much more health. Probably going to a Merchant of Arms in the next area. I'll still save some money. Non-boss enemy units restore up to 150 health when they move up a floor. Is that fine? Is fine for us? Yep, most people won't get to the second floor. Righto. Avenger. And then we'll drop a Plague Doctor down there as well. Then a Steadfast Crusader roundabout here, I'm thinking. Maybe a Pincushion behind him. And then Talos up on the floor. Very lonely. Perfect. So, what's happening here? The Ravenous Harlot. Oh, I keep... It's because it says Harvest directly below Zealot. The Ravenous Zealot is going to be striking the Avenger twice. Therefore, is going to have two stacks of melee weakness on them. Then the Plague Doctor responds, dealing 66 damage. The Avenger responds, killing the Zealot, rather, and exploding it, taking out the Vicious Axe Thrower in the backline. Now, if I can increase the Plague Doctor's damage enough, I won't have to have the Angel attack at all? Oh no, because you're attacking you're attacking before the enemies. Okay, never mind. That said, Aqua's Reservation, I'm going to just pop 21 Valor on our frontliner down here. I think that's insanely valid. Get Talos to come down to that floor to overstack it. Divinity for another 10. I'll start building a sap bomb for the final boss as well. That seemed to be very effective. Especially in keeping units alive, which is my goal, reportedly. Oh, pincushion. You need a brew potion. Thank you for brew potion. My frontline unit doesn't have to have sweet, because the enemy frontline unit has unstable, so it projects the damage backwards anyway. Oh, this is great. And it's only going to get better with It's Alive. 20 additional damage on the Avenger, which is 40 additional damage against a melee weakness unit. I'm not sure if I have any more equipment in my deck at the moment. Oh, I do! Another potion kit. Do I throw it on the monstrosity? Forsaking brewing, just in order to get more permanent growth on that bad boy. Like, you are getting quite large. You're getting to the point that you're significantly better than Shield Steward, which, to be fair, low bar to clear. I'm afraid not. I would like to brew. Yep. That's pretty much exactly how I expected that to go down, to be honest. Oh no, I forgot to brew more! There we go, we'll get some rage. Come. $264 unstable on them, explodes to deal 528 damage to the back line, but somehow misses the very final unit. Heroic Dive. Consume to descend, then advance a friendly unit. Deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to 2 times this unit's health and armor. So I'm kind of considering getting that, not even to descend any of my units, but because if I try and descend the Avenger, and I can't do it, the Avenger will just be moved to the front of the floor, which is where I want them, and also will deal 200 damage. Which is pretty good. This also imprisons Zephyr, we've seen previously, and then Demonize. 3 Ember to descend a unit and apply melee weakness 2. Ooh, Acid Shower, 1 Ember, apply unstable 10 and deal 1 damage to enemy units. There's also Brain Transfer, 2 Ember to sacrifice a unit. Transfer damage and all buff and debuff effects to the front friendly unit. There's definitely got to be a way to utilize that. All buff and debuff effects. Transfer damage and all buff and debuff effects. I mean, it's a way to kill, like, the Twisted Assistant. I don't have the other vampire one, right? No, it's just a way to kill the Twisted Assistant, I guess. I might be able to find a way to utilize that, but I certainly don't have it yet. A little nervous about that take, to be honest. Merchant of Arms. Having deployable equipment, probably of minimal importance to me, to be fair. Yeah, I suppose I'm going back to the Merchant of Steel on the other side instead. Removing 2 cards from the deck is certainly useful. We're at the point that realistically it should be one of the Spear Stewards, one of the Shield Stewards. But I've been growing them, so I don't want to remove them. But I should. I literally do not have space to play them, and I am definitely going to get a draw gem next. You can't dissuade me from doing that. Oh, upgrade a unit to gain dualism. Damn it. Oh, no more melee weakness. Dualism does nothing on you, or you. Multi-strike I can pop on someone, that's pretty fun. I mean, it's pretty fun on the Shield Steward there. Spear Steward, rather. Can't say I'm especially excited about putting any of those on my units. 2 Ember Zone of Silence. Grants silence to non-boss enemy units. That's very effective. This unit's damage is always equal to its max health from the equalizing rings. I mean, you know, realistically, what is that, right? When they die, the grant of 7 for the rest of the combat equipment goes back to your hand. If I replace the Avenger's Mind Cage, do I get, like, do I get the Mind Cage back, or does the Avenger have to die? Swift Steel Dagger, give quick to a unit as well as some additional damage. I mean, it's just another piece of equipment to possibly attach to a unit. Realistically, I think Zone of Silence is probably the best here. Equalizing Rings is probably pretty close, though. Okay. I am going to go for the multi-strike there. Some additional damage on the Twisted Assistant. Because I may as well just play them, right? Hopefully they'll give me some benefit. Really don't want to re-roll here, though. Merchant of Trinkets on the left-hand side. Ugh. It's against the Empyrean Well and the Merchant of Magic, really? Being against the Empyrean Well and Merchant of Magic is really, really, really bad news here, because duping It's Alive is like my primary... They're not my primary way of getting more powerful, certainly, but it's up there. Damn it. In the segment after, I could get a Merchant of Arms, unstable. So it's Forgotten Boons both of the time, so I get to get pretty rich, keep a lot of money. It's just I have to wait until after 7 to legitimately start getting any trinkets. I have my starting trinket, and I have my boss trinket. Those are the only ones I have. Look. I'll do it, but if it doesn't work out, told you so. And if it does, told you so. Obviously, I could do it. Let me just hedge my bets. Alright. Venger. And here we go. Ooh, that's a very early Zone of Silence for this bottom line. Very helpful. Definitely get a potion kit. I think I may actually let the Vengeful Shard deal the damage to me here. I think we need to go with Rage. Double pump that. And then throw those on the Plague Doctor. There we go. So now your Unstable is 53 applied to the enemy. And then when it explodes, it will deal 100 to all enemies. Yeah, I have to let the Vengeful Shard hit me here, but that's fine. It's literally 1 damage. And also, that is one of my Pyre Heart unlock conditions, so I guess I should be taking some Pyre damage. I mean, I could Heroic Dive. I guess. Start up a new sap. Couple Inspires for that line. Oh. You are kidding me. Okay, I can fly Talos up top if I absolutely need to. Good. Phew. I was worried about that. I'm wondering if I should try and throw away the Enfeebling Infuse. No, because it's literally 2 more turns and then I can fly you back down here. We're fine. We're fine. Go up to the top floor. Get that collector for us. Of course, as it turns out, the Ravenous Zealot is going to be able to get past me now. Yeah, it's not going to be a problem. Ooh. Twisty assisty. Welcome to the floor. Cushion has some sap to give us. Let's drop some big divinity there. Spear Steward does need to go down on the field. I will come back to the Spike of the Banished, hopefully in the next cycle, and be able to use my Aquas Reservation with it then. Okay, now I'm feeling like Meat Shield and then Potion Kit, both on... Oh, maybe it's actually Meat Shield on the Avenger. How guaranteed is our win? I don't think it's guaranteed enough. I'm going to do that. Okay, we also learned that grafts aren't going to come back in hand when you replace them with another piece of equipment. That's important. Little bit of necessary science right there. Oh, silence the non-boss enemy units, so you still get to keep your reanimate, unfortunately. I mean, I could use the brain transfer to kill my own Glissed Assistant. I think I'm just gonna collect my win. No muss, no fuss. I'm not even gonna enfeeble you, apparently. All of those units getting +4, +10. Ooh! Liquid Courage, 1 Ember to consume, applying Damage Shield 1 and Valor 4. Cool. Deadly Plunge, 2 Ember to consume, deals damage to the front enemy unit equal to 3 times this unit's health and armor. That's, again, just a giant nuke that I can use on behalf of the Avenger, and it's worth it. And then Demonize Attack. Horrify. Retreat a unit and apply Dazed 1, preventing them from using action or resolve abilities. There's also the Reanimation Lab. Friendly units gain +7/+7 on Summon and Reanimate. Cool. Not for this run, but cool. And the Surgical Strike. Piercing. Deal 4 damage. Slay. Add a copy of this card with Ephemeral to your hand. I don't think I want the ability to, like, take out my own... Actually, I've given too much health to my Twisted Assistant. I can't even take you out like that anymore. Holdover. No, I don't have any of you powerful enough to care about that. Double stack? Double stacked divinity. No, double stack the spike of the banished, absolutely. Yeah, that with Aquith's Reservation is so much. Lower the cost of divinity again. Ready to spell to gain holdover. There's just realistically no spells that I actually want to be holding over here. Let's re-roll. -2 to a cost and consume. I'm never going to want to... never. I can't imagine many circumstances where I'm going to want to play Brain Transfer twice. And also, I remember I'm going to Permafrost it. I just need one. Hungarian Well to dupe the... Oh my god. It's now pretty hard not to go for the Spike of the Banish, but realistically, I don't have 2 great turns to use it. I have 1 great turn to use it. It's Alive is still way more important, I think, in the long run. Then I gotta save my money in this area for a Merchant of Arms in the next area, and then realistically, for the Merchant of Trinkets, the area after that. Alright, Pincushion's getting pretty big as well. Good to see you, buddy. Oh my god. Rockin' Zone of Silence on the bottom line immediately. Huge. Just prevent all of their triggered abilities, so I'm not going to get any corruption on the Angel for killing these enemies. It's definitely Potion Kit and Secret Ingredient. Yep, Rage. We'll start building a Rage Bomb for the Assistant here. Descend, Talos. Actually, Descend? I could leave you up there until I draw out the other 1 energy unit. 1 space unit, rather, the Twisted Assistant. Heck, I could even put you at the back of this floor until then. Actually, that seems really good. Get dodged, you big old cherub. There we go. Twisted Assistant. I mean, I could even Heroic Dive Talos right now, but then you'll be at the front of the team, and I'd prefer that not to be the case. Actually, I'm going to challenge you. Yeah, because now you're at the front and you've got melee weakness, so I'm going to hit you for 82, applying 82 unstable to you, and then you'll explode, causing double damage from that to immediately take out the rest of the units, giving me the ability to just strike Kale directly with the rest of mine. Should I hit with the Goliath Infusion first? No, I can make that infusion a lot more infusy. Alright, again, the goal is not to play Brain Transfer. Actually, just to keep it alive and healthy for as long as I possibly can. Talos, come down to the bottom of the line, buddy. Thank you, friend. Potion kit. For someone who doesn't have an ability. And we'll start off by divinitying the front line. There we go. A little bit more rage. Come on, give me the Spike of the Banished. I have my Aquit's reservation ready. I do finally have a reservation. Meat Shield, admittedly, is a much better piece of equipment for the Avenger to be wearing right now. We can get that rage number higher. Oh, I can't wait to get this draw gem. Oh boy, both It's Alives in the same hand. Yikes. Well. Anyone ready to brew? No one's ready to brew? Got it. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. And then one more. It's alive on a different unit. What happened there? I gave you 3 stacks of It's Alive. Why have you got less damage now? Let's roll that back. What happened? Oh, okay, never mind. Your damage was not 61. I thought it was 61 already, so I was like, what? Okay, yeah, getting 30 damage from that makes total sense. That's exactly how much I gave you. As much as I do want to use Secret Ingredient here again, the rest of it should absolutely be for the Spike of the Banished. $42 Valor applied to the Angel. It's alive! Oh gosh. I'll brew a couple more times, but I'm pretty sure it's time to drop the brew on the Plague Doctor, and then you'll be able to take out entire lines by yourself. Watch and see. Lifesteal, not necessarily relevant. Double Inspire. I'm gonna It's Alive you to the front of the crew as well as... There we go. Literally, no one else needs to move. You just act... Oh, I should have attacked, of course. It's fine, it won't make a difference. That's it. 151 damage to the front enemy liner, 300 damage to everyone else. No one on that floor gets to attack. I do want to save the Spear Steward if I can. Descend and advance you, and then I'm gonna move past you as well. Sap for the boss ultimately when it becomes relevant. I do kind of regret what... Okay, cool. I was about to say, unless I get the ability to move my units back in the right order, I do kind of regret what I've done here about the old Plague Doctor in the front line. Managed to rectify it, though, so we're all good. Challenge you a couple of times. Perfect. We already regularly deal enough damage to explode entire lines, so I do think this is going to continue going quite well for us, thankfully. Friendly units gain Valor 6 on Slay. Will applying the Unstable to someone who then explodes and then applies it to everyone else, will that count as slaying? I strongly suspect not. Spike at League for a bunch of reanimate to a target or electricity chamber. I'm leaning in the direction of taking none of these. Did you think I was bluffing? Obviously. Obviously not. Left hand, Merchant of Arms. What do you got for us? Stoic Plate Mail. 1 armor to give 30 health to a unit and silence them. Oh, Steward Quarters. +1 capacity. Trained stewards gain multi-strike and 20 damage on this floor. I need to get this much earlier for me to really care about it. Like right now, I only have 2 of those units in the field at all anymore. And they have no upgrades. Spell Sanctum, spells cost -1. I mean, realistically, I could use that to, pay less for secret ingredients on other floors, but like, no. It's not really worth the effort in having to play Spell Sanctum in the first place. I don't have 2 free Ember on the first turn to play Zone of Silence, so I don't think I'm going to upgrade that for that draw. Combining 2 equipment cards into 1, Potion Kit and Meat Shield together is pretty good. I suppose I'm going to be re-rolling first anyway. Shield of Whinge. On revenge, deal damage to the attacker equal to this unit's health. Yeah, so Shield of Whinge merged with Meat Shields on the Avenger is pretty wild. I think it's worth it. Granted, it will be a little laborious to play that card. 3 mana and all. But we can do it. It's only 1 turn we have to. Oh god, I don't want to make it deployable though. Unless I specifically get the relic that gives you 3 extra deployable energy, I don't think I can afford to make that deployable. Ooh, hang on, before I even do that, should upgrade my champion again. Celebrate, another +10, +20. So I'm gonna take this final Enchantress level, but there is only 1 more battle that this can trigger in for it to matter at all. So the difference is, 10 additional health. Okay, sure. Yeah, sure, I can see the value in that. One more unstable portal. Realistically, I do probably want to drop 2 copies of Inspire from this because when I draw them, I'm like, okay, whatever. This almost does not matter at all to me. And that shouldn't really be my response to any cards. Merchant of Trinkets as well as another Empyrean Well. Merchant of Arms available in the next area. Good. Savagery's final assault. At the beginning of battle, enemy units appear on each floor. Thing is, I can kill those very easily. Terrifying Amalgam's gonna be annoying. I can kill those very easily, but I can only kill those very easily as a result of moving my, where are you, Quick Attacker. Where are you, quick attacker? Oh, the Plague Doctor. I could only deal with those best by summoning a Plague Doctor to the top line. I'll figure it out. Worst case scenario, I'll end up losing like 20 fire health to this. It's fine. That's what it's for. I guess I could try and put my Steadfast Crusader and Pincushion on the top line instead. Because I really want to keep Plague Doctor on the bottom line. It's got so much thinning ability. I mean, I can't use the Steadfast Crusader to take out one of the enemies because they have Spell Shield, so they nullify the next damage from the next two spells or abilities. That would only be letting one through to the top line there. Or I guess I can move Talos up there. This is all surrounding the fact that I also have the merged equipment that I really care about right now. Which seems like I should probably pay attention to it. And the Spike of the Banished, which is similar. Yep, gotta play it. It literally, like, takes the entire line down. Potion kit. I don't think I should play the Vengeful Shard. It saves me 1 fire damage. It's really not anything. Let's get this potion kit on the top line. And start working on some rage. Now we'll need spell intervention not to lose that top line. Oh god, I know how we have to do it as well. So I'm going to give you the Rage Infusion because I need to now mix and find Unstable. And I can't keep the Steadfast Crusader alive, but that's completely fine. You don't actually need to stay alive. Our bottom line is all we really need to care about now. I'm going to Zone of Silence these enemies so that I don't have to deal with... Oh, no, wait, they still sweep? That's fine. I don't have to deal with your sweep if I move you forward. I'll do that on a later turn. I don't need to do that right now. You go down to collect that one, and you'll be there for the Terrifying Amalgam next turn when it comes up. I believe I am supposed to spend the rest of this turn focused on secret equipment. Secret ingredients, rather. Holding on to our frozen card as long as I possibly can. I just want to see the pop-up that's like, you've unlocked the Time Lords. Time Lords? Time something. Stop Divinity here. Okay, now I'm going to do my trick, because I don't want to lose 18 more health on Plague Doctor. I'm going to challenge one of these enemies. You come to the front line, I hit you quickly, and immediately everyone dies, so I don't have to worry about it now. Obviously, spear, shields. Just drop those down, get them on the fields. Upgrade the equipment a couple of times. It's alive. It's absolutely alive. Then Aquas Reservation. Do I get 42 for you? Yeah, you have the lifesteal to get your health back. That's the only real difference that's going on at the moment. I'm going to give it to the healthy one in the front line. Keep him that way. Perfect. Alright, Fel, welcome down. Let's drop a Vengeful Shard and then 3 copies of Secret Ingredients. I don't really care about getting rooted. My primary focus is Sap and then Melee Weakness. And I don't have to take rooted because of that. I love when immediately they're already dead. Very comforting. So, oh, you are triggering in camp this whole time. Wow. I didn't think you were. There you go. I don't really care about keeping the Twisted Assistant alive, the Twisted Back Assistant. Hunchback Assistant? What's it called? There's the Plague Doctor. Twisted Assistant, it was indeed. Okay, yeah, I don't care about keeping that unit alive because, yeah, it celebrating and getting additional health is actually kind of bad because I do want it to die, ideally. There's another Shield of Whinge. Admittedly, those are good. It's just I don't want that many of them. Everlasting Light. On strike, apply Valitude to friendly units. Gotta say, that's a pretty good thing to drop on the on our pincushion. Horrify, Reanimation Lab, and Surgical Strike. We've seen all of these earlier in this run. Not especially keen for them here. Merchant and Trinkets. What do you got? The end of the turn, Unstable increases by 5. No, we apply Unstable in such large amounts that's not really relevant, but realistically I should still take it. When you equip a unit, damage shield 1, 3 piercing when you move between floors, reroll. 3 extra Deployment Ember, very important. When a unit gains Valor, it gains +1 stacks. That's kind of cool. We still don't do that much Valor, but that's fine. Blights and Scourges cost 0. That's useful for the sake of the Vengeful Shards, I guess. I'm not going to buy the other one just yet, because there is a Merchant of Arms system. Oh my god. Stoic Plate Mail, Reanimation Lab, and Zone of Silence. I've seen these recently, and I chose not to take them. Glass Cannon. Give Fragile to you. Not especially keen to give Fragile to a unit, to be frank. That said, now, with the 3 extra Ember on the very start screen, that merged equipment is very easy to put in our opening hand. I think the rest of this is just going to be removing cards from the deck as well. Monstrosity's pretty big. Do I want another double copy of It's Alive? It's one of the most powerful ways for me to overcome the enemy lowering my damage. Fine. Valor gives +1 stacks. Then I won't remove those 2 Inspires instead. Realistically, it just has to be the Shield Steward and Spear Steward then. Alright, Eternus. Seraph enchants your units with SAP 7, and SAP 7, SAP 5 rather, and adds a Curse of Entropy to your deck on resolve. Curse of Entropy itself is a 0-cost curse, so that's not too bad to deal with. You have 2 damage shield, which means you did get a damage shield for being equipped when you came into the fight, and that was equipment that came from a graft, which means that grafting Pincushion would have equipped them every time I spawned them. I should have done that. That said, being able to see it in this context now makes me more confident to do it in a different context, so it's fine. Obviously, still part of the learning. Oh yeah, good bottom line. Drop the Zone of Silence down there so I don't have to worry about your incant abilities as well. Eventual Shard is free. I mean, I do want to play Potion Kit. I can't not do that. And then Secret Ingredient follow-up is actually really good right now. Fine. Let's throw you down there first. What? Oh, you lost the SAP 5 on you from the enchantment from Seraph Eternus. Got it. Hey, boy. Bottom line's doing great. I mean, I'm just gonna It's Alive a bunch of times down here. It's alive, it's alive, it's alive, and you better believe it's alive. I guess I should probably give the Plague Doctor a piece of equipment. Perfect. So Plague Doctor sets up a bunch of unstable on the frontliner of the enemies. Then when the frontliner of the enemies attacks the Avenger, they take 177 damage, typically die, and then explode. Is that forward wall friendly flaws? I mean, that will end up having to happen, unfortunately. Infinity goes on that front line. We'll swap you two. I'm going to use a single heroic dive here, just to take out the enemy Celestial Bastion frontliner. Or do I want to overstack that floor? Actually, I want to overstack the floor. Oh, but then I have to put you in the front line as well. Hang on. I'm going to undo this turn a little. Because I already had the ability to reorder things. It's just I gave that ability up. Yeah, it's right there. It's alive. So I'll use Talos. You come down to this floor. Then I'll heroic deed you to that floor. And then I'll it's alive the two people that need to be in front of you. Overstacking that bottom floor now gives me the ability to apply much more Valor, not only from the attacks of the Plague Doctor, but also from our Valor cards. And also it keeps all of these units on a line where all the enemies are silenced. Even more rage. And again. Once more for the road. I think I'm not going to use Talos' flight ability again, so I will change your ability now. Your ability is now Brood. Seraph Eternus, why are you wasting my time? Come down here and die! This one's just a big old Aquis reservation, and then we drop a bunch of Valor on the frontliner. I gotta keep keeping the brain transfer despite the fact that I really do want to kill the Twisted Assistant in order to get its equipment. The sacrifices we make for meta progression. Come on, Sarah. Back down to this line. I'm ready for you with a whiff of the old brimstone. Bit more sap. It's gonna have to be melee weakness, unfortunately. And yet again. Buddy you up with some melee weakness as well. Alright, Seraph. I'll play out all of the curses of entropy that you've given me. Ooh. Yeah, give me the twisted back, and then I'm gonna put the twisted back on you. Right? On strike, gain rage 2. Yeah. Okay, now let's watch this in slow-mo. Just murder absolutely everyone with your strike and trample at the same time. Proud of you, Plague Doctor. And then Seraph Eternus explodes for 1,300 damage to the rest of the floor. Unfortunately, empty at the time. we'll head up to the Great Abyss and hopefully have leveled up our Lazarus clan, maybe to level 5? I guess I do care about score now, because score is also the amount of experience that we get. Host Guard is unlocked for the Banished. A 3 Ember, I believe that's a rare unit, right? What's the nomenclature for this game? It's common, uncommon, rare. Rare is the purple, pink gem? Has the ability Heavenly Slam. Cooldown of 3, move to a targeted location on any floor, then deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to this unit's health and armor. Cool. Seen that ability before. And then Burning Feather. When a friendly unit dies, angels on the floor gain 7 rage. Oh, that's going to combo with other clans very well. There's also the Penitent's Death Suit. A 1 Ember equipment, shift, gain melee weakness 1. Can be applied on enemy units. The Lazarus clan goes to level 4 and gains the spell Insatiable Hunger for 1 Ember. Friendly units gain lifesteal 2. Oh, no! It didn't level up again. Covenant rank 6 adds 1 card per draft, also adds a Calcified Ember. 1 card per draft also adds a Calcified Ember. Calcified Embers are the 3-cost Scourge that you have to play out to purge from your deck, I think. We also master 13 cards, including Talos at this point. Got a little closer to one of the unlock conditions there, as we saw. Hang on. We'll let those happen. Can I see the Pie Heart unlock conditions from here? No? Oh, yeah. Got a little closer. Oh, Echo of the Time Father. We got it close. So close. One more run with any frozen cards in it whatsoever is going to unlock that. And also, it looks pretty likely that one more run will unlock Fire's Greed as well. Excellent. In the next episode, we'll be exploring the second leader for the Pyreborn clan. I believe their name is Gilda. For the moment, though. Oh, hang on, there's a gathering at the pyre. Soldiers, you are dismissed. Yes, ma'am. Talos, how are our numbers? Your legion of clipped are the bulk of our troops. Several of my hymnists escaped heaven to join us as well. Any cherubs? No, unfortunately. Kale was spotted in our last assault. He's too far gone. His cherubs will never go anywhere without him. And what about apostles? None. Only me. The rest still worship whatever's left of Sarah. Well, normally I'd be concerned with our numbers so low, but we've got the clans of hell on our side. And that's something. Right, the clans of hell. Well, I tried to put aside my differences. It's just that dragon. He always gets on my nerves. I'd follow you anywhere. You know that. But is there really no other way? Must we work with them? The Titans are stronger than anything we faced. We can't afford to be picky with allies. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in hell. Did I ever tell you? Before the invasion, I would visit hell quite often. No, I don't think so. Did you really? What for? Herzl wanted to show me his home. At first, I hated it here. Everything was loud, harsh, nothing like heaven. But eventually, I learned to see the beauty in it, and its people. If I hadn't, this alliance may have never come to fruition. And so you think we should just try to understand them? It's not easy, I know, but it is worth it. Trust me, even Phoenix has his redeeming qualities. Well, I doubt Phoenix will see it that way towards us, but I'll try. Oh, I'm keen to find out what Phoenix's redeeming quality is. He turned up and started shouting about money. Like that's the very first impression he made. We'll see in some of the following episodes whether or not they give him a second character trait on top of Greedy Dragon. Until then, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train 2. Top left is a series playlist for all my content of the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past and the names of people who are generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. At above the thank there. And a special thanks this episode to Moms. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully see you all next time.